Hi there, Chad here for the AI Content Dojo. In this video, I guess a couple of things are going to happen. First, I'm going to introduce you to HMWRKly, which for now I'm just going to refer to as my cheesy little side project that's going to act as sort of the case study going forward for the content and stuff that I do in the videos that I create to help you learn more about how to use all these different AI tools to come up with something hopefully amazing. It's not going to be a full-time thing. It's not going to be something where I put a whole ton of effort into. I guess in some ways you could kind of think of it as maybe a little bit of a playground for me where I get to use something that's semi-real to provide you with better context, I guess, with what I'm trying to create with some of these examples and stuff for using things like Shortly to create content. So I'm going to piggyback off of what I taught yesterday as far as researching a topic, except I'm not going to use phrase today. I'm just going to go purely with Shortly just to see what I can come up with for HMWRKly, which is working from home. It's content that is designed to kind of be a guide or help to maybe give people some ideas of things to do to be more productive, maybe desk setups, gear, techie guides, maybe some cybersecurity stuff, things like that. Just a bunch of different content that's around working from home. And I'm going to try and basically make it into maybe an answer or a question and answer kind of thing where I'm just responding to questions and answering them directly for the reader as best I can. And of course, I'm going to try and use AI to make it as quick and easy for me to create as possible, but still on point. I don't want to create something quickly just to create it quickly. It's going to be something that's still good and useful for the reader. My ultimate focus is always going to be answering that reader's intent to make sure that the content that I'm creating is something that's perfect for that reader, the reason that they're there. Otherwise, what's the point of making it at all, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the ShortlyAI Content Recipe Maker. I know it's a cheesy name for a product. It's not really a product. It's just a tool that I created inside of the AI Content Dojo. If you go to Tools over here, go down to ShortlyAI Content Recipe Maker, and you'll see this. At least as of the time of this recording, I might update it, and so depending on when you're looking at this, you might see something different. But for now, this is what it looks like, and I'm just going to type working from home. That's the topic I want to write about. I'm just going to click the explore the topic button, and that just gives me some things that I can copy into Shortly. All right, so now I'm just going to see what happens with the commands that I get back. I'm going to take out the article brief for now. I'm going to be running the instruct command primarily, and the article brief doesn't count for the instruct command, so let me just leave that out for now. Let's space these out here a little bit. Maybe I should space them out inside of that tool, maybe, huh? Okay, so please write an answer to what is working from home. This is just originally the intent was to kind of get some seed content there so that the other instruct commands would have a little bit more to work with. I do already have a little bit here, so that's going to influence this a little bit when it gets created, but that's okay. We'll see what it creates. Okay, very nice. I like that. Okay, now we're going to see if we can get some more topic ideas for working from home. You'll notice that this is listed twice. I also mentioned that in the last video, but I do that because I want to get a lot of content ideas. That's it. Nothing special there, and not a mistake either. It's on purpose. All right. Very nice. Okay, let's keep going. Let's get some more. I feel like this is almost cheating, though, don't you think? I mean, this type of stuff yeah, that's very good. Okay, this is the type of stuff that you might spend hours just like going all over the place. Like answer the public, or people also ask in Google and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just coming up with these ideas basically instantly. And of course, I do need to spend more time like kind of looking through the list and really double checking everything and seeing if it's something I would really actually want to write about. But just for a couple seconds of work is just incredible. Let me just get some questions here too. I like questions a lot because it really makes it where you're focusing on something that people really kind of think about. And it's weird saying that, like, people think about when it's AI writing it, but you could probably picture yourself, asking some of these questions, right? Like, what are the benefits of working from home, and how do I set up a workstation? How to be productive while working from your office at home? Like, these are things that you could see somebody actually asking, right? Just because the AI wrote it doesn't mean it wouldn't be something that potentially could be asked by a real human. And so I think it'd be important to answer those kinds of questions. Negatives, how to be productive. See, and it kind of gets a little bit repetitive sometimes. We could use the triple slash here, go over here and say, write about working from home, just to give it a little bit more context. Or we could say, let's do this. Let's do give me ideas, or let's say questions about working from home. Since I cut off the context here, I should be able to. There should be this. That means that only this is going to be used is for the context for the AI. So if I come down here and I just do dash space, which is following the pattern of all those above it, and I hit write for me, I should get more. I should get more questions about all this stuff. Look at that. Can I get a mortgage or rent a house with my income from working? That's incredible. Can I have an office? See, you can obviously tell that the AI kind of cut off there a little bit, but you could just keep going and going, and just it's almost like the amount of content you can come up with to write about using this method is just infinite almost. I mean, obviously at some point it's going to start repeating itself, but I mean, it's incredible, I think. And let's just see if we can get some persuasive bullets and see if there's something extra about this that might actually help us. This would be more of like the sort of the marketing kind of side of things. Oh, you know what? That's interesting. That's a happy little accident because I wasn't paying attention. And do you know why it did this? Like, it's asking questions still. It's asking in a slightly different way, but it's asking questions. And that's because the instruct command is influenced by the stuff above it, and there's a crap ton of, questions. So it's going to follow questions. Let me just cut that off, and let's see if we can get some persuasive bullets about working from home now. And the idea is just I'm just trying to get some, some content to work with. Yeah. Okay. And this is something that you could just use to, kind of wrap your mind around things and make better use of your time when you're, trying to figure out what it is that you want to write about in your niche. And in this case, I'm using it for HMWRKly. And I think just using Shortly alone is a great way to get to the point where maybe it's not SEO optimized, or it's not keywords that you're going to target, and you know how much, search volume and stuff like that. But honestly, the way that Google's been going and the passages updates and stuff like that, it's almost, that's secondary. Like SEO optimization can be a little bit important, but I don't want to say that it's not, like, not at all. But the most important thing, obviously, is just making sure that you have like the best article for that thing that people are asking about. Right. So if you go through these lists of questions and kind of think about the topic, and come up with the answers to these things, you're going to have a product that's actually helpful. And when you have something that's actually helpful, maybe your traction in Google is a little slow to take off because you're not ultra optimizing and, spending a ton of time doing that. But eventually it will start to capture the attention of people, like, which is weird to say it like that, but once you start capturing the attention of people, that's when you really start growing anyways. If you have a really great resource and, other people with websites start linking to you and talking about you, you're going to eventually grow just from that. You don't have to focus so much on SEO anymore. Google has gotten a lot better at picking up the right content to feed to people. And, as we move more towards like an answer economy of sorts, the real, action is being able to provide the right answer to the right person. And if you're that person, if you're that site, you're that service, you're going to get traffic. Even though Google is kind of eating up a lot of the search space with their snippets and things like that, direct answers, there's still more traffic happening on the web than there ever has been. And there's some piece of the pie for you. So I think if you focus on just doing the best work you can and creating the ultimate content, that you'll ultimately do better. And I think that using a method like this will help you wrap your mind around your topic in a way that kind of focuses more on your reader anyway. So I hope you found this guide helpful. And if you're interested, check out the AI Content Dojo Facebook group. Tons of great stuff happening in there, and lots of ninjas in there helping each other do better with Shortly and other AI tools. And please, if you've listened this far, go down into the comments and leave a comment, leave a question. Even if it's just to say good job or you suck, whatever. Help grow the channel and feed the algorithm and help me out. I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, take care.